Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your latest football transfer news this Sunday morning, and it's shock because Arsenal are going to sign Madueke and Chelsea might sign Nwaneri. And Spurs are going to sign a player as well. We've got a raft of transfer news to bring into you this morning, and some of it is incredible, actually. We will delve into that, of course. I just want to say, first of all, though, it's been a tragic and sad few days in the world of football since the passing of Liverpool footballer Diego Yotter on Thursday, and his brother, of course. The funeral was held yesterday. Loads of people paying their respects. As we've said before, Liverpool Football Club and the family of Yotter will be obviously coming to terms with this tragedy for a lot longer than the world of football will move on, as life does. But I just wanted to say that, look, the funeral was yesterday and loads of people were posting. We saw the Oasis concert on Friday night on the Live Forever tribute, which I think was beautiful. It's not easy dealing with the tragedy. Nobody ever said it was. Grief is not meant to be easy. And I think that the world of football has... even the goals in the Club World Cup yesterday, Mbappe and Dembele paying tribute as well. So, yeah, really challenging few days. What I want to say just before I move on, though, is that, look, it's a sad reflection of modern society. And I think it's important to say this. It's a sad reflection of modern society that we get grief merchants telling people what they can and can't do. I had a clip on Thursday which was totally out of context. I'm sure many other people have. You can't do this, you should do this, you can't do that. And it's got even worse. Like, Ronaldo didn't go to the funeral and he's been criticised, even though he said, you know, he has paid tribute to his teammate and friend, and probably didn't go yesterday because if he turns up, there would be a lot of people looking at Ronaldo and crowds, etc. This is for the family and friends of Yotter and his brother, and it's about them. And I thought Ronaldo made the right decision. And the amount of people online complaining about people who didn't go, I don't know whether you've ever lost people or anything like that, but there's no obligatory thing that you go to a funeral. A funeral is a very much something that people do go to, but it doesn't change the fact that you might have loved that person. It might have doesn't change the fact that your tribute doesn't need to be there. It's a weird world we live in, and the reality is, yesterday was about the friends and family of the departed, paying tribute to them, and people need to get off their high horse about something that ultimately was about them. Anyway, let's get on with the show. So we're going to talk about what I think is absolutely shocking. Arsenal going for Madueke. What is this all about? I mean, Arsenal fans are up in uproar about this, and there's talk of Nwaneri. So basically what Fabrizio Romano is saying is that personal terms have been agreed with Nwaneri, and effectively club-to-club contacts. Madueke set to take place over the fee. Chelsea keen on Nwaneri, only if Arsenal talks over New Deal collapse. No active talks at the moment for Nwaneri. But with regards to Madueke, Arsenal are set to send their opening bid for him after agreement with the player on personal terms. Madueke is committed to a 5-year deal with Liverpool, already approved by the players' camp. I mean, this is what summer transfer windows are all about. I was doing a bit of research. He signed for Chelsea 2 years ago. 28.5 million, and apparently his wage is under 60 grand a week. So you can see why he wants to go. You're going to get probably double your wage, and you can see why Chelsea want to sell, because they'll probably get 40 million and it's profit. So they've made profit on a signing, and they can go and do it again and again and again, which is why they buy younger players. What I find is incredible is why Arsenal want to help Chelsea for a player that I don't think many other people would want. He ain't a bad player. And look, this is the genius of football, because if this works, Arteta looks like a genius. I like Arteta. I think what he's done at Arsenal is really good. But I think sometimes he does these sort of things and it's almost like he thrives on it. He seems to thrive on doing things that people wouldn't do. He got it right with Raya and Ramsdale, but a lot of people were like, what are you doing? But he did get it right. With Havertz, a lot of people were like, what are you doing? And he got it wrong. And this Madueke deal feels a little bit like, again, everyone's going, what are you doing? And it could go either way. And I think at this stage of the Arsenal title build, you shouldn't be doing signings like that. We heard last night, again from Fabrizio Romano, that Rodrygo's future will be decided in a week when they come back from the Club World Cup. He's not getting picked by Alonso. They're looking to cash in. If he says yes to Arsenal, Arsenal could do that deal. But they're they're ploughing ahead with Madueke. And I'm just like, there's better options out there. I look at this deal and I don't like it. As I said yesterday, for me it's a thumbs down deal. If he gets it right, Arteta deserves all the praise. And in relation to Madueke, I'm not saying he's rubbish. I just don't think it's the sort of signing Arsenal should be doing to take them to the next level. I might be proven wrong on that one, but it's not an exciting signing. As for the Nwaneri stuff, I mean, come on. I don't know what that's all about. I mean, look, credit to Chelsea again. They did it to Man United with Mount. They did it to Arsenal with Havertz. They're going to do it again with Madueke. They've got this amazing ability to sell for profit to rivals, not just European teams, rivals in the same league, so that they can go and buy. Probably, I mean, I don't know. We'll talk about Chelsea in a moment, but they're going to make profit on this. It allows them to buy other players, and yeah, I think it's an interesting deal for Chelsea. But for Arsenal, I don't know. And of course, they're going to be they'll be rolling the red carpet out for Nwaneri. They'll be saying to Nwaneri and his people, we want you at Chelsea, we'll pay you, we'll play you, look at what we've done with our younger players, this is the place to be in London. And Nwaneri will then go into talks with Arsenal saying, I want first team football, and can they give it him? And then suddenly you've got a player that might run his contract down. So keep your eye on that. I don't think this is a clever move by Arsenal, I just don't. So let me know your thoughts on that one. As for Chelsea, obviously, Esteval looks like a very good signing from Palmeiras. They've got Gittins coming in from Dortmund. They've already got Neto. I think they'll want another winger. Maybe that will be Garnacho from Manchester United, because it's hard to see where he's going to go at the moment. So maybe it will be Garnacho, and that makes it very interesting. I mean, what you can't deny is the Premier League is going to be very interesting next season, isn't it? Some of the signings that have been made. And if Garnacho stays in the Premier League and goes to Chelsea, God, it's going to be fireworks in relation to that, isn't it? But yeah, but what I would say about the Premier League as well is that I think obviously in relation to what Chelsea are doing, who knows how they're going to end up. We've got, look, overarching all of this, we are still obviously reacting and resolving and coming to terms with what happened on Thursday. And that obviously takes our thoughts away from football quite rightly. But Liverpool Football Club have made some good signings. Arsenal are making some interesting signings. Chelsea making some good signings. Man City are going to be there or thereabouts. And there's still a lot more business that's going to happen. So I think the Premier League is going to be very interesting next season. Let's just watch this space with Chelsea, because I thought they'd go for Kudus, but then what you've got is that apparently Spurs are going to get Kudus out of West Ham, so they finally joined the party. Tottenham are set to bid again for Kudus next week, as players keen on joining Spurs. Thomas Frank's already approved the deal, and Chelsea have been in touch with more clubs also interested, but Spurs want to accelerate it quickly. So look, I wouldn't rule Chelsea out, that's my point. They're very, very good at swooping in and doing deals. But the priority at this moment in time is apparently Spurs. And David Ornstein said, received bid from Spurs worth £50 million, turned down. But the 24-year-old international is prioritising Spurs if exit, West Ham and personal terms, no issue. So it could be a good signing for Spurs, that. Very good signing for Spurs. So keep an eye out on that one, certainly. In relation to the Premier League, by the way, obviously I watched the Bayern Munich game yesterday. I mean, as much as we might at some point start to look forward to football coming back, I mean, that was just a harsh reminder again, wasn't it, that the PGMOL still exists, don't they? And I mean, he may as well have been running around with a Harry Kane shirt on, old Taylor. I mean, that was just a reminder of the crap we have to put up with in the Premier League. And yeah, it's worth mentioning, there were so many bad decisions last year that there'll be so many bad decisions again this year, and games will be ruined by officials. But what have the PGMOL done in relation to any of that? Nothing. You know, everybody's still in place. Nobody's been suspended. Nobody's been sacked. No one's been replaced. Aston Villa still haven't been given an explanation or an apology for what should have been a penalty against Man United that could have got them Champions League football. The list is endless, isn't it? And last night was another reminder of just what we've got to come again next season. But back onto positive stuff. Let me just say that I expect it to be a busy week. Everyone's back in training this week, aren't they? So I expect it to be a big, busy week in the Premier League. And I still think there's a few interesting players to keep an eye on. I think Richard Rios of Palmeiras, I'd love to see him in the Premier League. Of course, Kudos. Keep an eye on some of the United players, especially Garnacho, maybe Chelsea. Arsenal striker situation is still to get resolved as well. So lots to keep an eye on. And at some point, sadly, in the future, Liverpool Football Club will have to, unfortunately, start preparing for the next season as well, and they will have to get active in the transfer window. But as I said, they're grieving. They will be back when they're ready to get back involved. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll speak to you on the next one.